my new favorite beer. Well, I had it before, right? But that's it. No, I'm not touching the regular stuff. Just this. And I don't think, well, you can buy it online. So Partake, that's the stupid name, but it's IPA. Anyway, today is Wednesday, I think, right? Hold on. Today Wednesday or Thursday? Wednesday, September 14th, right? Because yeah, yesterday was September 13th, the day when I drove the truck away. And so the truck is done, like the paperwork is all done, right? The guy already probably plated it. I just did a couple of chores because I took off the toll transponders, right? And if you don't return them, they charge you, you know, I think I paid $50 to iPass. It's like a deposit for the transponder. Then the other one was our local here, Ontario, 407. And 407 was easy. They give you some reference number. You just go to Canada Post and give them that number, and she prints out a label. So basically, 407 has some kind of a deal with Canada Post, and so they've, of course, they charge you like $2 per kilometer Canadian. It's like crazy. So they can afford free shipping, right? And so yeah, she just prints out the label. I just bought the envelope, slapped it, boom. And now when they receive it, they will cancel that one because unlike some other toll networks, on 407, a car cannot have a truck's transponder or vice versa. Like you cannot have one transponder and just use two vehicles attached to it, right? And so I'm returning my semi-truck transponder, but I didn't have one on my car. And sometimes I do use 407, and it's cheaper if you have a transponder. So now I went online and I ordered a small transponder for my car. And so I mailed these two away, iPass to Chicago and 407 to somewhere to Toronto. And then I remembered that I had satellite radio on the truck, right? You know, it's not exactly cheap, right? And so I went online and I wanted just to cancel. But when I click that, it actually gave me an option. It says, would you like to transfer it to your new vehicle? Because I'm guessing the computer thinks that if you're canceling, that means that you sold your vehicle, right? I'm like, wait a second, I can transfer? Because I got so used to this satellite radio. I like stand-up comedy, music, you don't have to change the station when you're driving across the country from west to the east. But of course now I'm not trucking, so, but I still like it. I like news, and I had I think they gave me 1 year for free on the car, on Dodge Charger, and then it just expired. Nobody called me, nobody pushed any sales on me. Just one day I turned the radio on, and it just gives me the preview, like one channel. I click on my presets, nothing. And so now I'm thinking, hey, wait a second. So I can transfer that subscription. I've been already paying, and I did not know my radio ID, but it says enter radio ID inside the car or your VIN number. Oh, wait a second. I can find my VIN number somewhere in the computer. I found the bill of sale for the car. There was a VIN number there. I plugged it in, and the XM Sirius found my radio ID. Except now it didn't work, and so I had to call them, and they had to resend the signal, and then it started working. So now I have satellite radio in my car. Beautiful, like, I don't know, 200 channels. I love this thing. Oh, and especially old radio plays. I like those, those old radio shows from 50s and 60s, like whodunits and thrillers, and Johnny Dollar. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. I like that one. And then I drove off my laundry. Oh, I went shopping to Canadian Tire. Canadian Tire, our local kind of like outdoor / automotive supplier. Turns out they had some hiking shoes that I was looking for. I'll show you in a second what I bought. And then I went to my bank, took out a bank draft for $11,000 US. and paid off my last card. Like there was still $1 card that I haven't paid off because you have to go there physically, like, you know, because we're in Canada, you cannot send money by like electronically. It's a pain in the butt, you know, when you have a US dollar credit card. And so I had to go to my bank. Of course, I didn't want to carry 11 grand in cash, and the bank wouldn't have it on, you know, they would not be happy. So I said, okay, give me a bank draft. And they didn't even charge me anything. Usually they charge $9, but because I already have a US dollar account, you know, I told the clerk, I said, I don't think they're going to charge me. And then when she was finalizing everything, she says, yeah, they didn't charge you. They canceled the charges. And so I paid off. That was the last card. So now all my lines of credit are free. All my 3 credit cards are paid off. Beautiful. And then the last thing I did, last but not least, is I hopped into my car and I drove 160 kilometers at, well, various speeds to Buffalo, New York. Crossed the border, drove over to UPS, picked up my new camera, went back, and you should have seen the face of the Canadian customs officer. He says, this camera cost how much? And he looks at me. I said, well, I'm a trucker. I was a trucker. I just sold my truck and trailer. I have some cash. So I decided, why not buy myself a gift? And is this like a business, or are you a professional? I said, no, I just shoot for Instagram, you know, stuff like that. The guy looks at me. This camera here, you know, sells for 8,500 Canadian, but I got it in the States with actually 3-year warranty. I got it at 5,500 US, which I saved over $1,000 US or 1,500 Canadian. So it's still very expensive, but it's a super camera. I'll show you in a second. And yeah, and so the trailer is still not done. Like the guy has the trailer, but he cannot plate it because I don't have the paperwork from these 2 financial institutions. One for the Jeep, actually. Yeah, for the Jeep he cannot plate either, even though it was financed, so it was my name on the left side, and I signed it over to him, but there's a lien on the Jeep, right? And that's what we're waiting for, so they can remove the lien. I paid them off, but it takes these guys forever, you know? And the same with the trailer, right? And the trailer, I need to get new ownerships and then send it to him. And again, I'm just waiting. The guy said, take 7 days. And so, and then I went to my post office and picked up a bunch of goodies I bought on Amazon. There was like 3 shipments, you know? The guy came out, gives me 2 boxes, and I said, well, I think there should be another one. And I'll show you in a second. I have them laid out here, a whole bunch of stuff. Basically that's what you need for Costa Rica. And yeah, I am serious about Costa Rica. I got 3 options. Basically I did kind of like a life hack, right? I'm smart in this way, you know, like probably all Russians are. I find this professional photographer, right, that organizes these photo trips or photography workshops, right? I followed him for a while on YouTube. Like, he's very knowledgeable. He knows all the animals, you know. Half of the time I have no idea what I'm looking at, you know, if there's some wildlife crossing the road in front of me. But this guy knows all his birds, you know. This is always writes down the name, and the name in Latin, you know, like the scientific name, man. And so he's pretty good. But the thing is, these guys, they really turned this, like him, and there's a couple of other famous photographers that, again, I've been watching on YouTube. They do like specifically wildlife photography, right? And so they broke into this kind of like racket, right? So they signed contracts with these resorts, specifically Costa Rica is famous, right, for its wildlife. And so both this guy, Backcountry Gallery, very nice guy, what's his name, Steve, and this guy from Florida, and they all go to the same resort, right? I go to Priceline, I can easily find it, I can book it. But these guys, so that's option 1. So for me, option 1 is just go to that resort because they say that that's a good spot. and then just play it by ear and hire local guides, you know. But I don't know, would it be cheaper or not? But but still, that's probably the cheapest option, because I can choose who I hire, right, where I go. I don't want to go something, because Costa Rica is expensive, actually, they say. It's pretty much the same. You're gonna spend the same as here in Canada, US. So that's the cheapest option, just to go by myself to the same resort, book the hotel, and then look for opportunities to, you know, to practice my photography, or go for some action sports, you know, maybe for zip lining. And the most expensive one is use these guys, these photographers, because this Florida guy, just for 7 days, he wants $5,500 US. But that includes the flight from the capital of Costa Rica to the resort, return, right? And it includes the accommodation, and it includes the meals, includes the guides. But still, I think it's a bit expensive for 7 days, you know. Oh, and one hotel, because they say you fly in usually at night, and so they also arrange a hotel one night in the capital. What is it? San Jose, San Juan. And then in the morning you jump on this small plane and you fly to the resort. So basically, pretty much all expenses are covered, I think, except alcohol, which is fine with me since I gave up that stuff anyway. So now I partake in a different type of poison. But that's the most expensive one. And then I found a third option. You know, I was searching for guides, like how to find guides in Costa Rica. And a website popped up. And turns out these are kind of like a tour operator. And what these smart people do is in each country they have local guides, kind of like contracted, you know. And so let's say you want to go to Costa Rica, so you tell them, okay, what country? So Costa Rica. What's your interest, you know? Say wildlife photography, right? So you tell them what you want and how much approximately you want to spend, and they contact a local guide who's knowledgeable in that particular, you know, activity, you know. And which is pretty cool, you know. So it's pretty much the same as what I was trying to achieve. And so basically, using this website, you can and they seem pretty legit, you know, like they're very good feedback, and basically that's their business. They do custom tours, right? And I told them 10 days, and I said I want to spend maximum $5,000 US, because I wanted to see if I can get away and pay less than with this Florida guy, but I would be staying there 10 days instead of 7, right? And they're asking you, like, what kind of accommodations do you want, like basic or comfort or luxury? I said comfort. I don't want to sleep somewhere on a wooden bed, you know. Give me comfort. And so that's my third option. So now I open an account with them, no money paid yet, and so now I'm just waiting for that guide. I haven't checked my computer yet. Basically, I have to log in and see what this lady who they gave me as my contact comes up with, you know. So I think that would be actually the best. I think the best because she's local, she knows everything. She probably knows Costa Rica better than this Florida photographer, right? Because she lives there and she does it for a living as a guide. So I like this. And then I anyway, so and so this is all stuff that I've been buying. Check this out. And so this is what I bought today from Canadian Tire. These are waterproof hiking boots. So this is great because I can wear them in Canada, right? The winter's coming, and I don't have boots. I throw out my safety boots, you know, in the truck. Usually that's what I use in winter. Just I was wearing those safety boots. So they're not heavy. You can see, like, very nice boots. They're like about 80 bucks Canadian. But see, Traverse waterproof hiker, outdoors for everyone. So that's the motto. You see, waterproof. I like it. And then, because they were saying, I've been watching a lot of videos and doing research. They were saying in in Costa Rica you need quick dry clothes. Okay, and so I was searching online, and so that's what I found. Tex Fit quick dry. So these are some t-shirts over here. I haven't tried them yet, so they're still, I just picked them up this morning, right? These are, I think, some shorts and some pants, and these pants are actually pretty fancy because they have a zipper, and you can unzip the bottom part and they turn into shorts. I thought I bought 3. I think these are pants as well. Yeah, so I bought like different, yeah, 3 pants and this, and then this was also from Amazon, because that camera uses this wait a second. Oh yeah, it's CF Express. Yeah, CF Express. So these are pretty expensive, but very fast. You see, you can do 4K video, and I've been using one of these on my previous D850. So I got one because I thought I'd be buying D850, but now this camera that I just bought, it uses 2 of these, so which is perfect, and I have one more as a backup. Okay, to continue with the camera, so this is what they say, always bring, I never had this before, portable SSD drive. This holds 2 terabytes. It works with a Mac, Windows, Android. So this is to store all the pictures so that I don't lose anything. So I'm going to transfer. I have a bunch of photos, like old photos on my computer, and of course, you know, each picture is like 10, 15, 20 megabytes. They take a lot of space, so I'm going to transfer everything to this. Some people even have 2 or 3 of these, but I think that will be like an overkill, so I just got one. And then one life hack is that this, when I was at that beer store buying this beer, I remember that in one video the guy was saying buy this, kind of like, you know, for a beer cup, but what it's going to be used for, because it's, you know, pretty like nice and soft. You put this inside here, you know, when you travel, so that it doesn't damage any files inside, you know, if there's some vibration or something. So I bought this, was like, I don't know, $3 or something, right? And that's what I'm gonna put this in when it's gonna be inside my bag. And then I bought an extra battery for my GoPro 9, longer lasting, wide temperature range, because I have 2 batteries for my 8, and now I have 2 batteries for my 9. So I'm gonna charge them both and make sure I can use them. And of course I have a chest mount, you know, when I'm walking somewhere there I can put the GoPro on my chest. And also I bought this. This is another mount, magnetic swivel clip. So this thing can clip to the strap on the backpack, you know. I like this because I for some reason, some of you guys will be super happy, right, to know that I lost my head mounts. I had 2 of them, now I cannot find them. So I have no head mounts. So now I will only be using either this on the backpack, and you see you can even use it as a stand. You can just put it somewhere. So I think it's pretty cool. Or I'll be using that chest mount. And then a good idea, everybody says you need these lens wipes, right? So there's a bunch of these, like $10, but these are, you know, like napkins with some alcohol or something. Okay, and then I had this one before, this to blow dust off the lens, right? But mine is like probably, I don't know, 5 years old, so I got a new one. I cannot believe they charged me $12.99 for this. Unbelievable. And then this is what they all recommend for the camera. It's like a rain sleeve, right? So you put your camera in there and you can still put your hand in there. You can operate it, you know, even in rain. They say this is a very good idea to bring this. Okay, one more thing I purchased, and this was, you know, I got lucky that I found exactly the same make as the video I was watching about this. They really recommended to buy one of these. And what it does, it's kind of like a water bottle, but it has a filter inside. And this thing is good for, basically you can take water from a lake, from a puddle, from, you know, anywhere. And it's good for 350 presses. So basically you have to press, press, yeah, like basically, yeah, the top part opens up. It's like a piston, and when you put water in here, then you press this down, and when it's at the very bottom, that means that the water is clean. And that filter is replaceable. It's not big, it's only 24 ounces, 710 mil, but I think it's a great idea. You see, like this picture, they show that somebody takes water right from a lake, you know. I think it's great. So I'm gonna carry it with me, and then if I need a new filter, I can always, you see, so it removes viruses, improves taste, just kills all bacteria. I think it's super great for, you know, when you go into the jungle. I don't know if I will go, but like deep in the woods, but, and then of course I don't plan on doing any activities when it rains, but just in case, I bought this jacket here, XL. Tried GL, I mean large was too small, so this one is not too heavy, you know, like nice quick dry, right, because it's all waterproof. And there was no hat, so I bought this, you know. I think it might be even useful when it's sunny, because it protects your neck, you know. Of course, I'm not gonna look as cute as this girl with this hat, but I'll probably be close. And I'm still researching. They say the best, you know, you definitely need a sunscreen and lotion, and you need a bug repellent. The problem is when you go on the plane, they're not gonna allow spray bug repellent, so it must be something that you, like a bug, you know, wipes, or one lady I was watching her video, she said there's like a combo. It's a sunscreen plus bug repellent lotion, and but the video was like from 2018, and she showed a bottle, I mean like a tube of this stuff. I searched on Amazon, Canada, US, I cannot find it. Like that particular brand is gone, but they do have this interesting combo of sunscreen and bug repellent, and they say, you know, so because it's not a spray, you can take it on a plane. So that's one thing I gotta find. But yeah, see, so I'm ready for storage. Battery life will be good because I'll have a bunch of batteries. I can clean my lenses, I'll have water, I can protect the camera, I can protect myself. So this is waterproof, and these are quick dry, and we have new CF Express, pretty fast, super reliable cards. And now let's look at the big tamale, Nikon D6. Oh yeah, we're not fooling around. So the guy wanted to see. They didn't search my car, but the guy said, I want to see it. He said, what camera costs so much? I said, okay, here we go. I said, it's the most expensive. It's like the last DSLR professional grade, because now everything is switching to mirrorless, right? But I didn't want a mirrorless. I like DSLRs, and this is what it is. Remember, I was saying it has a built-in battery grip, right? It's all one body, but this is super. By the way, this is I'm not sure if it's waterproof, but I know it's like water resistant. It's really durable. The shutter was tested up to 400,000 applications, and it's highly customizable. You know, super nice camera. You know, I never, in my dreams, I never thought that I would ever have such a camera, because this is what, you know, professional, like reporters and journalists, you know, use, and this is some crazy stuff. And then it came with all the accessories. Oh, and yeah, and the best part is that I have warranty. Even though it's a gray market, but I bought the extra warranty. Well, I didn't want to buy it. The guy just insisted that I buy it. Oh wow, came even with the charger. So yeah, it's a full, and I was afraid that they will not give me this. These batteries are very expensive, right? I already have one from my D850. I didn't give it to the buyer, the guy who bought it. I said, no, I cannot give you this battery, it's too expensive. So now I have two of these. So one will be in the camera, the other one will be charged as a reserve. And you see, I even have now, I already have this, but they gave me another one. That's the charger. Oh wow, this is much nicer. And it's Nikon. I think you can use oh, that's what it is. You can charge two batteries, you know. Wow, this is nicer than one I have. I have like a cheap third party, but this is, you know, so this is the real deal. And then a bunch of cables. So yeah, I got this, I got the battery, now I have this. So now basically the goal for today is to watch, you know, what I like doing is when I buy a new camera, I go online. I'm not sure what this is yet. I go online and I find a video review. No, not video review, but kind of like a training, or, you know, setting up your Nikon, you know. And if you search with a make and model, you can always find, you know, I was watching like how to set up your Nikon D850, the one I had before, right? Or how to set up your Nikon D810. So now I'm just gonna go, and I know one channel where the guy is always posting these videos. So, but I'm gonna charge it. Yeah, first I'm gonna charge the battery so that I can turn the camera on, and then I'm gonna, by the way, where's the cable for this? Probably that's what it is. Yeah, there's a cable for this. So I'm gonna charge all the batteries to make sure I can turn this on and then start learning, because this thing is very complicated because it has a ton of options. So yeah, so I think, yeah, I didn't buy, I still need more t-shirts, you know. I want more t-shirts. I think I have two actually in my bag that are also synthetic, so they're like quick dry. But you know, if I go for 10 days, I definitely need more than that. I have a bunch of regular cotton t-shirts I can probably still take with me, and then I'm gonna try those pants on, see if they fit. If not, I'll have to return them, I guess. I don't know. Can you return clothes on Amazon? Who knows, right? Oh, and the last piece of news, almost forgot. When I went to my post office to pick up all these packages, I saw there's a letter, and I was confused for a second when I was looking at this, because I recognized my handwriting, and the letter is addressed to me, Sergei Dratchev. And I'm like, wait a second, why would I send myself a letter? And then I remembered my Canadian firearm safety course, and one of the deals was they gave you empty envelope and they said, please address it so that we are ready. And so sure enough, I look inside, and that's the piece of paper I was waiting. They showed us this before. Basically, it's my, you know, certificate, or say a report saying that I passed it, and the instructor signed here. But now we needed this. You see, it says Chief Firearms Office. They stamped it. So they stamped it, which means that now that's proof that I took the training. So maybe, yeah, while the camera is charging, I'm gonna go online and find that. Oh, I have to go to my car, get that paperwork, where the name of the website where I apply for this, and I gotta apply for the license, see if they approve me or not. So, and they say it takes 4 weeks. So this letter took 4 weeks because I finished the course on August 16th, and today's 14th, almost a month. And so they're saying for approval to get the license, it takes another month. It's like amazing how long it takes, how much bureaucracy, you know, to just to get some regular, I don't know, shotgun or hunting rifle. I'm not talking about, you know, any crazy stuff like AR-15, which are banned in Canada. We're just talking about regular stuff, just to shoot some clays, you know, just do some target practice for fun. But it's very strict, you know, the rules are very strict, so you gotta do it. So that's what's happening. And these are all my lenses. So 18 to 35, 135 Sigma, and the main lens for this trip is 500mm PF. It's small, it's light. This is my favorite lens for wildlife photography. And I'm taking this bag, love this bag, because you can put the whole camera with this attached. And check this out, this thing came with this, you know, so you can cover the bag. If it starts raining, you can cover the entire bag, you know, like this. Beautiful, perfect for Costa Rica. Yeah, the accordion is not coming, unfortunately. Oh yeah, and I brought all my kettlebells here because I didn't want to take them across the border. See, that's, I gotta get rid of that one. That's 80 pounds, 60, that's just too much. So anyway, those are the news. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. We'll continue this topic for now. And of course I still have to finish the trailer, right? Like I have to finish the paperwork on the trailer.